Good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining us today. We are live at IntellectualRadio.com. This is the Fireside Chat. I am excited to be here today, y'all. I am so elated that this is my 25th episode.
Wow.
Oh, yes. I am so proud of me, girl. I am so excited about that. You know, it's been a journey. It's been a lot happened along this journey. I lost my dad and some other things, but it's good morning. You didn't know that?
No.
It's good morning. It's good morning. And, you know, I just want to say, first of all, that um, it's a beautiful thing to be a woman. It really is. I am joined here today with my beautiful co-host, Ovita.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So good to have you here, girl. I feel like you're going to fit right into the stuff I want to talk about.
I'm excited about the subject.
Yes, girl. First, I want to say I celebrate you because I saw your glow up and I think you are absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
I want you to know that you're my sister
Thank you.
and I support you. And I am so excited about the things you share with me you want to do. And I got your back because we both in this thing together.
Don't take it out.
And don't do that. I'll run off now.
Take it out.
Just do this
Just pull it out.
Sorry. How do you do that? I don't want to break nothing if I ain't fixing it.
Right.
Okay. Break it, you bought it. So I just want to say that I have watched your metamorphosis stage. Just put it that way. And I saw you bloom. I'm going to share this before you come into the conversation, whichever way you want to come into it. I had shared a meme, and it was a caterpillar and a butterfly sitting across from each other having lunch. The caterpillar says to the butterfly, "You changed." And the butterfly said, "We're supposed to." I love that. So I thought that was so profound because it's something wrong when you don't expect for me to ever bloom. It's something wrong. I one day have to become a butterfly, right? And I could be any color. I don't have to be the color you think I am. I could be multiple colors. I can be the majority of pink, green, yellow, and have little speckles. It's so many different ways that I can bloom into who I am. And so I saw that transition. You know, we can sit here all day and talk about each other's flaws and talk about all of that. It doesn't matter, okay? The only thing matters is that you made it.
Yeah.
So whichever way you want to chime in, go chime in,
Sure,
girl.
because we got over 20-year history. I think our babies was the same age when we met, and they both, yours is married already in their 20s. So she did see a change in me, but I came in ready. That's the thing. I came in ready. I came in from when I came back and we all got into it with each other. I was in a marriage that was crazy. Just by the grace of God that I made it out of that situation that I'm not 6 feet under. And but even though it prepared me, it was for my making. It made me the woman that I became and that I am today. I did my just due as as a wife in that situation. I prayed. It got me. Listen, that situation brought me back to God. Sometimes we don't know what's going to bring us back into alignment, but that's what brought me back. You know, dealing with that situation, and then I wanted to give my son a chance to know God. You know, as I was raised, as I had an opportunity
That's
to do
good.
that. Yeah. So that's how we came into each other after that.
Yeah, we had a mutual friend,
Yes.
Elder Renato.
Yes.
You was her friend, and I was her friend.
From high
And she
school.
brought us together somehow, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
You know, my daughters and different women feel like that's your friend, that's not my friend, you know, kind of thing. But I'm glad that she was willing to share you
Yeah.
with her community. Because you just consistently been a nice person. I've never known you change up. I've never known you to be phony and fake. None of that. Never had no beef. None of that. So I love them type of people.
Yeah.
You know, real like
changing. Whether you know it or not, you're gonna change. Either better for the better or for the worse. You're gonna change. No matter, you can't stay a caterpillar. You can't. You might not bloom into a beautiful one. You might bloom into a moth, girl. But no,
a moth. Oh, snap. You know
depends
what?
on how you allow life to treat you.
Yes.
If you don't take the lessons from it, a moth, okay, you don't turn into
You
nothing.
got no
beautiful.
color. Yeah,
Okay.
I get that. I
Yeah.
totally understand what you're saying by that. And you know what's weird is that, like I was previously saying, that version of you in the caterpillar state, people will love that. It's some people that know that version of you. They like that version of you for whatever the reason. And when you become a butterfly, it's like, oh, it's just like the meme said. You really thought I was gonna stay this caterpillar? You thought that? You know, and then sometimes we forget as women that we go through some things, you know, we go through childbirth, we go through postpartum depression sometimes, we go through breakups and all that. We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
So, because I recognize something, let me just say this. I recognize that I'm a believer, right? I belong to the kingdom. That's what I like to say. I'm a kingdom citizen. And my life reflects that. My life reflects that. But on the other side, I wasn't that. And I have not forgotten about the sister that I used to be. Even though God had a purpose for me, I didn't know it. And that does not disqualify me to be helped. All because I'm not like you. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we do God a disservice when we keep things to ourselves and we monetize help. Can I just say that?
True.
And the people over on the other side don't see the value in what you're trying to project yet. They don't see that you're trying to help. They don't know that. They figure, I need help me, you know? So I am very intentional about my audience. If you a little bit from the hood, if you a Pojo, listen. If you a little nay, girl, I'm all for you too. I'm so serious.
Yeah.
Because the type of woman I was on the other side, I was a beast. Right? With the alcohol and walking the street, I can pull all that. And when I get over here, there's like last weekend, they saw somebody else. I'm going to be a beast for God. Period. I'm unapologetic about that. But I'm not non-relatable. I'm not a person that's going to walk around so starchy and unapproachable like I done arrived someplace. And do believe there's quite a bit of people who think that what I'm doing is out of the will of God. Because the caterpillar, you loved her. Hey, you love that caterpillar. But now I'm a butterfly. You know what butterfly does? It has movement. It has movement. So, you know, it's all good though, because I have much respect to the women of God that poured into me over the years, the men of God, my spiritual fathers and mothers that have prayed for me, labored with me, poured into me, taught me so many things, rebuked me, you know, corrected me, all that. I have much respect for them, and they are well within their rights to judge fruit. You're well within your rights to do that. I ain't nobody mad. And when you're used to that accountability, it's not like, oh my God, no, it's okay. It's okay. I totally welcome that, but what I don't welcome is the ones that, and whoever it is, you don't got nothing to say to me ever,
Right.
but now you got all the critique, baby, keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
You are null and void.
Yeah.
But back to the subject, I call this woman to woman. It's woman to woman, and then it's woman to woman.
Exactly.
So it's both ways. So, you listen to some Dusties, right?
I listen to them, girl.
I sent you.
I listened three of them.
Okay. I'm going to go somewhere with this, too.
Okay.
And you wait and see, you'll be like, oh my God. Okay, so you listen to the Dusty. We all know, some of us that grew up listening to our mothers say, you know, we're talking about Barbara and Shirley, woman to woman, that song. That comes to you immediately if you grew up with that. Like, woman to woman, oh yeah, we think about Barbara, this is Shirley. And Barbara has something to say to Shirley. So when you listen to those songs, and I had you to listen to them on purpose because I wanted to see what you grab from that.
Okay.
What is it that you feel they all had in common?
They all, well, one thing, they all didn't have any self-awareness, um, self-worth, self-awareness. They were all delusional. They dealt in delusional view. Okay? Which a lot of ladies, that's not nothing new.
How?
Ladies, well, they dealt in delusional view where the man was concerned. Um, they get in that situation and start fighting amongst themselves like they do now. They start talking to each other when the whole common denominator is the man. That's the problem. There's nothing wrong because I made a phone call or two, and I made it like, listen, I'm not fighting, I'm not arguing. I just want to know, let you know that this is a person I'm currently in a relationship. By what y'all got going on, I just want to know so I can step back, not to save him like they was. This is my man, and I just want to let you know I'm buying his clothes and I'm paying his bills and I'm all them. I'm like, what? That you doing all that for that man, and he's still fooling around.
That's funny because you know what? We know, and my platform, we respect men. We don't bash them.
Oh,
at all. No. I'm just saying. So that's that ain't even where we're going with this. This is just something that woman to woman that we feel we have a common place as one way or another. We done dealt with some heartbreak and some disappointment, and sometimes out of the pityville. You get your girlfriends over, we have a couple of drinks, and they go all off into bashing and burn his clothes or whatever.
Look at yourself. You know what? I'm on a God. After my last relationship, it's like I said, God. Now I know because I know this. I'm not just anything. I know that I'm a blessing to have in somebody's life. I know that I am.
Absolutely.
And I was like, well, this is the second relationship. The other one, we was talking, heading to the altar and all that. And I'm like, I should be married and all that stuff now. And I said, Lord, what's going on? I had to reevaluate myself. I had to look and see what was going with going with Ovita. It had nothing to do with them. I put them all out of my mind. I said, what's up with you? And the problem is, and I understand going through that situation and why the message that I got coming out of that, and even that he want me to talk with and encourage ladies to do is take accountability. Take accountability for your decisions and what you do. A lot of time we do stuff that they didn't even ask. You just did it.
Woman to woman, you telling us, take accountability.
Take accountability for your choices. Mm-hmm. See why you keep running into the same situations. What are you doing? I look, sister, you sister too much. Too much, too fast. Too much, too fast. In this situation, I thought, we were going to the altar. Well, I'm thinking, I wasn't at the altar yet. And I'm just giving all my time. I'm neglecting some things that I should. I'm just giving 1,000% right away. They're not going to appreciate that, ladies. Men appreciate what they work for, what they earn. You just giving them too much. Sometimes we just shovel. Take your time. Take your time. Allow them to earn things. It's just how it goes.
Now, do you believe that she is in that mode before or after sex, or both?
Honey.
Let's go there.
Back in there, I could say, because I'm traditional, a lot of things that I did because I was brought up to be a wife.
That's what you are.
Yeah. I was brought up to be that, and I behaved that way, and I didn't know I didn't know until the experience. I didn't know how to date. I didn't know how to set myself up in the correct way because they were so strict, and they never really taught us, how to date and what to expect. They just taught you how to be a wife, and it's a process before the wife. I learned on the job. On
the job training.
Yes. What to expect, and how to. Now, what was your question again? I'm sorry. You said.
No, I was asking you, do you believe that they jump into wife more so before or after sex?
I'll say when I'm thinking about those songs, now it's not the same now. I would say before sex, after sex, during sex. You know, cause they feel like what I've seen. I feel like women sometimes feel like they gotta prove. You know, let me prove to him, you know, that I'm wife worthy. You know, so they start doing stuff quick. Like I was in a situation. I was in a situation. I was and this attractive man came to our event, and some people that I know, they start fixing this man plate, and I mean, just start acting all crazy. You know, just doing too much. Okay, this man, another woman pulled up to the situation, and he was with them, and I'm like, that made just the way that they was fawning and doing too much. It made them look crazy. You know what I mean? So we gotta be cool.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? Since we're talking to a woman, that's every kind of woman. That's not just an unbelieving woman.
No,
That's not just a
no.
believing woman.
Mm-mm.
We all are women. And I say that all the time. Underneath the hallelujah, underneath
Yes.
everything, you are just a woman. And I think that this when you was talking about self-awareness
Yes.
is that you're not sometimes, you know, we love the high place, you know, we love to be in the presence of God, and we love all of that, but you cannot be so gone where you're not aware of where you are as a person. And I think that happens through trial and error, because you find out
And
that
that
you
come
ain't
from God, though.
where you think you're not above a human
Yeah.
being, and you need not to put yourself in situations like you don't have a human body.
Yeah.
So I just I agree with you with us not being self-aware enough. And one of the reasons why I think that women, what I'm finding now, and I'm gonna go, girl, let me tell you something. I dug, okay, into an article that was scientifically, like stuff that was scientifically proven about how we see sex and experience sex, and how a man receives sex. Y'all ready? Girl, listen.
And I want to say with what you just said, too, with want to be so. That's not biblically. It says first natural, then spiritual. They don't deal with our natural woman. They mostly want us, like you, because I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, you know.
They want to teach you honor and reverence to the church and to the people up there in their pulpit, but they don't teach you how to be not everybody. I'm not speaking for every church and every person.
Right.
I'm just saying, and I understand where they are. I come from a traditional upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
They teach you how to serve man. It's really not about God, because when you start seeking God, not saying you're not, but when God makes you self-aware.
Yes, he does.
He won't have us out here ignorant. He really won't. You might go through that process, but God will develop you in a way to where when your eyes become open, when it's time for you to become open to that process. For me, God taught me out of church first. He let me leave for 10 years, and he let a lot of stuff that I learned, he corrected that. He corrected a lot of honoring people as they are God, and hanging on to every word that they say. They can lie.
You had to unlearn.
I had to
relearn, and it's very necessary. Go ahead, girl.
Yeah, I had to take the bones that he need, because there's some things he wanted me to learn in that situation, and some things he wanted me to shake it off. No, that wasn't me. You know, that was tradition of man, and that was their rules. That wasn't mine. That's why it's so important for us to have time with him ourselves and study, and to seek God on our own personal time as well.
Have a relationship
Yes.
with him. You can always tell people that's got a relationship with him, because they are self-aware.
Yeah.
And to your point, you know, it does come across, because see, when you get somebody from the outside, like some of the young people in my life that's been around church for a while, and they actually been through different phases. They actually saw, you know, when we first came in, how it was versus how it is today. And I like talking to people that's not connected. I'm going to get a real unbiased truth. It's like, it's not going to be, they're going to give it to me in the raw. That's one of the things that I love about having unchurched people. Because when I get church people, when I say church people, that when I say that, I'm not saying nothing bad. I'm just saying that they learn how to deflect from reality with scripture, spiritual things. And so Dr. Arnita Phillips, she had a word for that. And I just can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's more than just one person that recognize that this is a strategy people use to hide. And so when I get somebody on here that I know been through a whole metamorphosis with God, and I know they get ready to talk about what need to be talked about, and you're not going to mask it and start quoting a bunch of scriptures because that's not what we're doing, you know. And so when I get that, I'll be like, that's what I'm talking. In my head, I'll be like, that's what I'm talking about. So I appreciate that truth, you know, because God will take you on a journey because He is the center of attention. And somehow, God, we're just talking about you. We were trying to talk about woman and woman, but we're going to flow with it. So, you know, I want people to be self-aware. Now, I met a sister, and I'm going to get into what I found out about sexual intercourse with a man and a woman, and why we do what we do. So I met one of my sisters on my journey. You know, she came to me and told me one time that she messed up. She told me that she had fallen into a sexual sin. And I told her, baby, I don't deserve to know that. No. I said, did you talk to the Father? I'm sure you repented and, you know, whatever. I said, now I don't know how He going to lead you to go and talk to whoever. I appreciate you having the faith in me and the trust in me to come and tell me that, but I don't want you to think for 1 second that this is that. You feel me? I don't want you to think that you have to do that. Like, I know, because, you know, we got selective discernment anyway. You know, that's all we pick up. We don't pick up nothing else. We don't pick up nobody hungry, nobody homeless. Get a man. Baby, everybody antennas up. But you know what? I said, baby, you just nosy. Because here's the thing. I said, and I'm going to keep saying it. Ain't nobody is worried about you having a man and a woman that ain't got one. Baby, you so scared I'm going to get one before you. You trying to make sure you alert all the, the generals. Who's the man? Baby, mind your business. Because at the end of the day, okay, it's a problem if I go the other way. This is why certain things creep in. I personally would develop discernment. I can tell without a crowd, you're going real hard because you don't want a man, no way, you want a woman. But anyway, we're going to talk about that. You going so hard on the women that's struggling and having a good time, number one, because you don't feel desirable yourself. Number two, because you, ma'am, ain't been on that team. And you know why you're getting away with it? Because it's acceptable for it to be 6, 7 women sharing a room and, we all sisters ain't gonna pray. But I can look at you. No, I see you. You don't want to be a woman. You don't like women like that. You ain't feeling that. And guess what? I love you. You know what I'm saying? But as a sister, I can't sit up and ignore things that I feel will be detrimental to your walk with the Father. Whether it's a man or not. See, that's what I'm saying. You all over here in my Kool-Aid trying to figure out what's going on with me when you got people right around you that you need to be looking at. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm talking about. It's like some behaviors, because that's what it is. Some things are behavior. Something is the truth. It's foundational. You need to know it. You need all this and that. But there are behaviors that we have deemed to be God. You got to do it this way. You got to do this. You got to talk like, I ain't none of you. And I don't want to be you. So that is so critical to a woman to woman. You got to know yourself and be yourself. That's where your real fulfillment is. That's when I came into fulfillment, when I had to accept the fact that my probably 90% of the people that saw me as a caterpillar weren't going to like the butterfly. And that's what I had to accept. I had to accept that and not be mad, because I ain't mad at you. I'm really not. I'm really not mad at you. And I'm not one of them people that, how can I say this? I'm not a needy individual. Right.
I'm like that. Yeah.
I'm not needy. So it's like, I'm happy for support people that do, but I don't really feel like I need you like that. I feel like I need the Father to do what it is that He set out to do. But at this point, 26 years later, I don't feel like I really need a bunch of bottles and diapers type of behavior towards me. Like, it actually it's just like a teenager. Once they got start getting older, they like, Mom, like, so they don't even learn they're growing up.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at with that, Vita. But talking about how women start functioning, um, my brother Jeremy that was on the show, he talked about, we did the episode of a father's presence versus present. Um, he said a woman's nature is to love and be loved, right? He said, I don't care how hard up she get, I don't care how she talk rough, and I don't need. He said her nature is to love and be loved, right? Mm-hmm. Then he turned around and said, a man's nature is to conquer. He said that's why once we conquer it, we start acting up. Yeah. You see that? So he said a whole mouthful in a few words. And I appreciate you, JP, if you watch. I appreciate that transparency and that realness, because right in that moment, I'm thinking, maybe they know us.
You know what? That's why I like that title of the book, Act Like a Lady But Think Like a Man. Because God would teach you. I know we look at God in a certain way, but God is one of the baddest. He give you the game.
He does.
If you take them out of the walls, just the walls, God give you game. He give you us. He equipped us on how to deal with a man. What he said was true. He equipped us on how to deal with a man. That's why he called us wisdom. Mm-hmm. So you got to have the walk. That's why I like what you said. I love being a woman because God gave us the wisdom to deal with a man. If you really listen and learn your guy, you'll know how men think pretty. They different individuals, but they different individuals, yeah. But they got kind of the same certain thing that they want. They want to be respected. They want to feel like they matter. And nowadays we know, that they want to be heard, mm-hmm. and they want to have a safe place to come into. So as women, even though they conquer us, but don't let them think they conquered you. That's the whole thing about the game. You got to have wisdom to deal with it. Men, and if you get what I'm saying, don't just come too settled in just a yes. They like a little pushback, but in a wise way, not crazy, you all. Yeah. Like my aunt's been married for over 40-some years. I still see her play with my uncle. He just as giddy as I just like how they interact, because she still know how have the wisdom on how to play the game. Yeah. Well, he'll build her. Let me tell you, he'll go and build her whatever she wants. He'll go build it. He'll go buy it. He'll supply it. I mean, she got that because she know how to. She came from that era where she know how to deal with a man, and where we have lost the art on how to deal with men. It's a way to deal with them.
It's a way to deal with them. One of the reasons why we lose them is respect. And our problem is we think their respect is what we want it to be. When they say it, for whatever the reason, we don't take what they say as face value. Oh, God. I heard a therapist that have a problem with that. A guy said, he said, we don't break a woman's heart. We don't break her own heart because she don't listen. That's true. And then I have a problem with the influencers talking about, my ladies gonna put y'all up on game. I'll put you up on game so you can know. First of all, I'm not playing no games. I'm 46 years old. I know what the game is. And as a woman, I can choose how I want the game to be. See, so when he go to talking about, ladies, I'll put y'all up on game. Where your girl? Oh, well, my life is I keep my relationship private. Well, your platform public. So if you in a relationship, you telling me I'm in a relationship. No, I'm in a relationship. Me and my girl, we this, we that. Where's she at? Well, she don't want to be seen. Your family. I don't ever hear you saying nothing about her. Yeah. But you think you finna tell me, and not only that, why you know the game so good? Right. I want to. You know why? Because he was one of the perpetrators. Exactly. I want to hear her talk about what she got in you before you give me any game. Because I need to know that she learned what she needed to learn to get you. Because how did she get you? You see what I'm saying? So, you know what? I ain't going to repeat what my grandma used to say, because that'll be inappropriate. But, I am just so determined that I'm not going to not talk about stuff that needs to be talked about. And when I find out something, I want to share it. For the purpose of understanding. All by get an understanding. And when you have an understanding, baby, you untouchable. Once you get an understanding, you untouchable. So one of the things that got me was, so I was reading this article where this lady, I can't even remember her name. I tried to though. I'm sorry, lady. It was on some womanhood.org. I don't know. But she did a survey. She interviewed college students. She wanted to talk about health and wellness. So she interviewed some young ladies because she wanted to talk about nutrition and all this stuff. Where while she was interviewing them, what she found that they all had in common that they was emotionally damaged from the hookup culture that's going on. And they had a lot of emotional damage going on. So that led her to research even more as to why am I getting all these women crying? And I know, shout out to the chat, y'all. I'm too far back to see y'all today. I don't know. Do you have your phone?
Yes, I do.
Girl, we need to see who's talking in the chat. It's okay. It's okay.
I don't have my little my phone holder.
Yeah, I love interacting with y'all that come in the chat. I be wanting to have. I be all for what y'all got to say. So she was like, "Wait a minute, I want to deal with the nutrition part of things." She said, but she said something deeper going on with these girls. So she's seen that the hookup culture was not serving them well.
Exactly.
Okay. So they had these one night stands with men, or they started hooking up, having sex with these men, and they found themselves crying, like most of us do. Okay. So she did some research, and that was scientifically based. And what she found was that the hormones that's released in our bodies, in the man body, is different during sex. So because we're women, first of all, the dopamine is flowing.
Yeah.
Okay. The oxytocin, which is the chemical that causes us to want to bond, is active. Yeah. So when they looked at the man, well, let me stay there for a while. So now imagine every single man you've been with that brought you pleasure is something in you wants to bond with that man. Even if there was an intellectual decision made that this wasn't going to be nothing else, no strings attached, we're just going to do this and this only. The woman is biologically made up to want to bond. That's why you hear men saying, man, we don't be wanting to hold you after that. Like, they'll say that. Like, we don't want to do that. We won't turn over and go to sleep. But because she wants to bond, and that's in her makeup. So when you challenge your biological makeup and you decide, well, I'm going to go with the times say, we just going to hit it and quit it, and that's it, right? It don't work to certain, it doesn't produce a good outcome. So then they were saying, okay, the woman can actually fall in love that way, right?
Yeah.
Why you got the phone like that?
Because I'm letting them see who's talking.
No.
It's loud.
You supposed to. I'm sorry. You just go to my page and share it to your page.
Oh.
It's okay.
I didn't know this. Okay.
I'm embracing it all. Not for real, because
so
you know what?
We go live and do that.
Yeah. It's okay. This is the fear of most people who don't want to get started doing something because they want perfection.
Oh.
You want to not look stupid, or you want to not do something wrong. You want to not mess up. You're afraid of some of them. You just been talking about everybody else, and now you're afraid you'll get the same treatment. And is, but don't be scared.
No, it's you know what? Going with the natural flow is always the best. Is more authentic. You know, sometimes. So yeah.
So then they were talking about the man. Check this out. Now, back in the 60s, the women was in the driver's seat, the article said. We was in the driver's seat back in the 60s because back then, women actually made you wait.
Yes.
They actually made you have to commit before they went there, right? Or you had fathers that weren't having it, okay? So, back then, the women was in the driver's seat when it came to sex. Now the men are in the driver's seat. Right?
And they know it.
Yeah, they know it. So here's the thing. This is what got me. They said that 10 minutes after a man get a release, he instantly start losing interest. And that's why he's so quick he can jump from bed to bed. He's not bothered. He don't get attached like we do.
Yeah. Those are the one night stands. Now you can tell when they in love. Those are the ones that just get like what a man was saying. They could be totally in love with you, but they could just go sleep with other people because that's all it is. To say just that little release they trying to get to.
So I found that to be very interesting because
Type your name.
okay. So I was like, what? So it's like women need to know because you get some women that's not practicing abstinence, okay? They're not doing it. And, they're just not. They're just not. Just, I don't know what I'm going to do. What is it, the arrow?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So they're not doing that. Some women don't live their life like that. So you can't just assume that they don't need to know certain things. They need to know too what's happening.
Yeah.
So they was talking about the way the man become very interested and stuff like that. They was talking about that. Yeah, I'm telling her to share my page because I'm mad too far.
You don't never see me doing this, girl.
It's okay, y'all. So with the man though, I found it to be very interesting on how the hormones go through their body after intercourse.
Share.
So they said that for the man, what makes him wait, what makes him fall for the woman that make him wait is the fact that the hormones released in him called vasopressin.
Mm-hmm.
That hormone is ignited to help him fall in love because he's not getting it.
Yeah.
And the molecules lock into place. That's what the science said. And they were saying that basically they don't fall in love the same way we do.
Exactly.
They not touchy-feely or like, oh my God, I'm in love because we had intercourse. They don't. But I think it was very important, and I say that why? Because it seems to work.
It does.
And they have said it themselves. It seems to work
You heard Dr.
when you make
Omar,
them
he
wait.
said, the longer he said, I don't care what they say. The longer you make them wait, the more they fall for you. And I understand that. I understand that. We don't give them a chance to even, if that's what we want, for them to even get to know you.
Yeah.
You just jumping in a bit. My thing is, like I said, I was saying, even, and it has nothing to do with young, because the older ladies like that, the middle age, the young, I find that a lot of young people got a little more sense than a lot of these women in our age group. They really do. Yeah. They really, really do. It's like sometimes we get old and lose our man. Man's out here, ladies. Let's find it again.
I think they get a little bit afraid because they're getting older.
I get that.
And it's looking like, oh my God, I'm gonna end up alone. And I need to hurry up and get myself out here. I need to lower my standards. I need to do all this because if I don't, it look like these women out here that's loose is winning. Whereas I'm trying to keep myself and all like that. That's the struggle that a lot of women have. But even the article was saying that's true. They think that the woman that's putting out, I'm in competition with her, she's gonna win. But sometimes I think the chase is just in them. And they like it. So it's not that. I think that every woman to woman, this is what I want y'all to understand. It's more than one way to create dopamine. It's just a hormone where you enjoy something. Yeah. What is it you enjoy? Yes, it's eating your favorite food, doing something that you love produces dopamine. So everybody that's not putting out is not living a miserable life. That's just not true. And then too, you have to decide what quality of life you want if you don't ever get a spouse. Yeah. Tell me what the chat's saying.
Okay, what's up, Faith Harris?
Hi, Faith.
And then we got Marie Purdue Stewart.
My sister.
Yes, what's up, sis? Marie was saying some men doesn't just want a one night stand. She said a solid man desires to stand as one. Mm-hmm. And that's true when they solid.
Yeah.
They got to get there.
And this is so important. And I say it's because there's so many women out here, they trying to find their way.
Yeah.
They trying to find their way, and they don't have the teachers that we have. They don't have, some of them don't even have good moms.
They don't.
And so they lost. They like, I don't know who to talk to about where I am in this stage of my womanhood. I'm a young woman. I got a baby. I have boyfriends, but I know what I need in my life, because when you have children, your needs change. I don't care what nobody say. And that woman will switch over from who she was before when she had that baby. Why? Because I'm giving more of myself away. Now I need to be pouring some more. Correct.
Can I say this?
Go ahead.
Ladies, I don't care if you can roll in the sky, bounce off the wall, swing on the fan. I mean, do all kind of acrobats. I don't know if y'all see the Jamaican ladies doing all the moves and stuff. Your parts, I don't care what kind of tricks you do, you might make them feel good, but your parts, I'm not going to keep them in. It might get them to want to interact with you, but I don't care what you, because I hear, like on the song that we was listening to, oh, I give him love. You might have the papers, but I give him love, and he thinking about me. Is that what that's what you saying? That was some of the, and I don't mean to call y'all, because I've been unwise before. Not in that way, but I've been in it enough. You know, I'm not, when I'm judging, but you all, that sounds, it just didn't sound wise. Let me say it. I don't want to say it, I don't want to offend anyone, but that's what they be looking at us as. They be laughing. But I'm sat in the midst of men, and they, is it a feed?
No, well, that's you. Yeah, I don't know. That's your jury or something. I don't know.
What happened? The feedback.
Oh, you good. You good.
Okay.
Oh, it's better now.
Yeah, okay. I probably should put it in my lap. Okay,
Go ahead. Just don't think your physical, physical is gonna keep a man. It's not. And like you said, the market is oversaturated. Men don't have to work hardly to have sex. To get what they want, they will do whatever it takes to get the woman that they want. But it's not hard. They're not going crazy about sex, because it's just, you can just go out there and get it.
Yes, this is a very hypersexualized time we're living in.
Yeah.
And it's all the way down to where women have reduced themselves down to what they know they feel like will get a man.
Yeah. And
but
sex not even.
I recently heard a brother say, he said, I get so much sex and wife treatment, I'm almost to a point where I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God.
They like that.
But you don't know that.
Well, you know what?
Women don't know
I hear
that.
people, let me tell y'all something. Listen to these men. Listen to these men. And a lot of those that think like that, I mean, sometimes I'll be listening to them. I'm like, you sound so silly when I hear them. But I listen to some of these men, and most of the time y'all do that for men that don't even deserve it. They don't have the good sense that God gave them. And I'm not bashing, I'm just telling the truth. A lot of them have mommy issues and daddy issues, and they're not trying to even get, they have low self-esteem, but most of them like that, they have low self-esteem. They're not really aware of themselves. And we doing all this for people who need to go and work on themselves. Yeah. They can't even give you a healthy relationship because they don't even know who they are. If you ever seen a healthy man move around, and I've been privileged, and I thank God, they wasn't always healthy, but they take care of their families. They mostly, when the ones that I see, they are faithful to their wives. They have things going for themselves. They have integrity. They have, strength. So those are the men that really are self-aware. I'm not saying just because they look at somebody. I'm not saying that, but the ones that are self-aware, they have healed, they have learned from their past. They're not out here all in the street. They're about their business. They're about and they picky. Mm-hmm. They don't just pick anything. They don't want anything just ran over. Run through, ran over. They don't.
What you said about a man that got something going for himself, let me help you understand that a lot of our men don't even know what vision is, right? And if you got all this time to chase all that, something in your life is not in order. And instead of you using that time to get your life in order so that when you do discover who you are, because a lot of them don't know who they are. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you was put here to be.
No.
So therefore, you don't know your purpose for being. So once a man know his purpose, then that will help him to narrow down some of the stuff that he have to deal with to say, I think I need this because I'm going here. But when you don't know where you're going, you're playing around. Apostle Cunningham said something that it's funny, but it's true. He was talking about the ox and then the donkey, and he was saying that the ox is focused, want to be about that business. That ox is serious. And the donkey just want to just, it's what he is. Yeah, he just the Bible called him an ass. He said he just want to jump around, and play and just, lay up and do all this. And this is why I, myself, as a lioness queen, who's very ambitious, very intentional about my life, I could never be comfortable just sleeping around. Like, women, get up on your feet. My spiritual father said, if I get these women off their back and put them on their feet, they'll be something. Because all of that I'm giving to you, I'm going to give it right on back to myself.
Yeah. You know what? Women have been taught the wrong thing as far as that. They was taught back in the day, just be pretty, cook that food, just give the man whatever he want, whenever he wants. Be on your back. And that's it. But that's not all. That's not all that you are here to do. And I'm like I said, I still got traditional ways, but that's not even what God prepared you to do. The Proverbs 31 was just laying on her back. She was out there making moves. She was doing her thing. And then because she was doing her thing, they call her blessed.
Yes.
She was highly favored. She used women. And that's what we got to know, that we are more than that. You are more than that. And a man respects a woman that knows she's more than that. You think because you giving them every hoe, you think because you like, yes, you'll give them your kidney, and they will walk away and go get and marry the woman that's giving them not even half of that. Because that woman is self-aware. That woman have boundaries. We got to bring self-awareness. We got to bring boundaries back. We have to have discipline. We are too emotional. That's why we on our backs. We want to feel good. We want to feel love. First, that begins with you. That begins with your spiritual life. That begins with you. And spiritual life is more than going singing in the choir and going to church doing that. No, it's really seeking, having a life with God so he can teach you who you are. Being healed from your past traumas. That's so important. A lot of us going into these situations, we're not healed. That's why they're going from bed to bed. They trying to feel something. We got to get out of our feelings.
Yes.
We got to learn who we are. That's our problem. We too emotional.
We do have to learn who we are.
Yeah.
Accept who we are and
Yes.
start building your life. Once you find out who you are, start
Exactly.
building your life to become
You're going to move different.
You're going to definitely move different, and you're not going to have time.
No.
And because see, this is the way I think. I think that my emotional state, once it's affected, think about it, ladies. When your emotional state is affected, when you done gave him everything, you know how to give him. When you done brought him everything, you know how to buy him.
Yeah.
When you done sexed him everywhere, you know how to sex him. When you done went over beyond and backwards to try to please this man, and then he's still determined that he's going to show you, you ain't it for me. And you got to take that message and run.
Yeah, and you know what? They're like, all I did for you. Mm-hmm. Who told you to do that?
It came natural to her because one of the other things that got activated with dopamine was motivation.
Yeah.
So check this out, though. Check this out for all my players from the Himalaya. Science also reveals that a woman don't get her best whatever until she is committed. So even if you are jumping, you ain't got the best of her. No, you might think you scored, okay. But it said that the woman have the best time when she's in a committed relationship. You know why? Because that's a form of security and safety. I know that even though we know people ain't perfect and they mess up, but in that moment she knows that I'm safe and I can really be myself. I shared this with one of our dear brothers. I shared this with him. I said, do you not know that you miss out? Your petey skitty and your ego is not the best in life.
No.
Okay? It's not your best. When a woman is taken to that peak, when she's taken there, this is why the man called her blessed, the elder at the gate, because she's highly productive. She will transform your world. She will add so much value to your life. But when you have her in a little box that says, I just want pleasure, just do this for me. Okay, she knows that I can't give him everything because he's telling me that this is temporary. So I'm just going to give where I am. If you're already experiencing her doing that kind of stuff, imagine if she was all yours. But I think too, women, like you said, are so unaware of their power. We hold the power, women. We hold the power. I said, you know what? We should, how they have a national prayer day, a national this day. We should do a national celibate day. Every woman stop putting out. Not one day. Let's do it for 30. Yeah. Because see, at the end of the day, we hold all the power, baby.
I heard a guy, he said, y'all just stop giving it. And then let me tell y'all something. We are naturally nurturers. I even heard this man, but we are not to nurture everybody. That's right. What we do. We get in these relationships just to talk to somebody right away. You got to be careful who you give yourself out to. That's why you depleted and hurt. We give all our years and all our time to the wrong person.
Say that, Ovita.
You all stop, and then you put it on them. No, after they do what they do one time, you go back over and over. It's not on them anymore. That's, ladies, stop wasting your time. You can't get that time back. Stop doing things, even when you hurt. This is what I know. When we hurt, we always go to the unhealthy things to comfort us. Let's make it a good thing to go do positive things. I don't care. Go to counseling. I don't care if it's that going back to school, getting your outer self together like you want. Just do something positive that'll give you a positive result. We always run into the negative. Let's not do that and stop wasting your time and stop giving yourself out to the wrong. You know when they're the wrong person.
I say this about my sisters on Halloween. First, let's go to the chat. Let's see what they say.
Oh yeah. Okay, Marie produced Stewart said, you got to have some sense, substance, and self-love. And then she also said, desperation will detour you from your heart's desire. And she's,
yeah, that's true. I knew she was going to be cutting her. So she really, true. But you know what? This is what I found. When I heard one of my sisters say to me, I don't feel desirable. And this is one of my sisters said to me, I don't feel desirable. I don't feel like a man would want me. And I asked her, why do you feel that way? And she said, I don't know. I said, well, you need to find out. Because you're telling me that you're expecting to be married. See, I use the word expected. I don't say wait.
Right.
Even though I know it's kind of like the same. But I say expected because you're going to,
a better word.
It's a better word because what you're expecting, you're going to prepare for.
Exactly.
Hello? What you're expecting, you're going to prepare for. Childbirth. You pregnant, you finna expect that baby to come and you're going to start preparing for that baby. So I have a problem with women. When they I ain't gonna say I have a problem with women, but what the mindset that we're stuck in that says, you know what, I'm just gonna wait on my husband for this. I'm just waiting on my husband for that. And two, start tearing down another woman because she don't think like you.
Yeah.
I don't think that I have to wait on a husband to have a soft life or a good life. I don't think that I can walk around here and expect for him to come and do all the work. I don't expect for him to be Jesus either. I don't expect for him to be near one of the pastors I ever sat under. I don't expect this man that's coming to be none of them. And our problem is that we don't have our own individuality. We lack a sense of self-worth. We lack womanhood in some areas, and we don't like that mirror. That's why we like to stay in the cloud all day, because I don't want to deal with me.
Yeah.
You got to deal with yourself. Don't leave him to do all the work, because he can't fix you. So then later, when he come along and he buy you a cracker, you, he buy you a cracker.
You know,
He said,
look in the mirror.
Look at what he did for me.
Yeah.
No, baby, listen, I was
It is
dating
very
myself
minimal.
before you came.
Yeah.
I was going everywhere I wanted to go before you came.
Yeah.
I was working hard to give myself the things I wanted before you got here. Because why? That is how I keep myself happy. And I'm just appalled at some of the responses that I get when I talk to him. Well, he better be this the one. Well, he better have what I got on my life, on his life, and he better have this. Girl, I don't care how deep you think that man is. He a man underneath all of that, and he wants what a man wants, right? So the idea, again, I believe we look at our pastors and say, this is what my husband's supposed to look like. Mm-hmm. I recently listened to Shawnee O'Neal, well, Henderson now. Mm-hmm. And they were on a Dear Wife podcast. Right. And he was talking about how he chose her and why. I want women to really listen to me. We would get angry and say, well, they ain't deep enough because they went and chose a woman that was not from the church. But check this out. Check it out. We the only ones that want to minimize our decisions by that world. Half of these men are on the down low. People don't like when I say that, but I don't care. They don't want no woman. Yeah. You looking at this man single, and he doing this, and he preaching, and he prophesying, and you like, why he ain't got no wife? Because he don't want no woman. And you think he's so deep. He don't want no one. He just so deep into the Lord. No, he gay.
Our religion, church God, I ain't gonna lie. I say, why are we so feminine? And the Muslim brothers are so, I love how the men look and carry them. I may carry themselves. This one just ran to my car door. And just open. He looked at me because I was half naked, because that's what they do. You see, I see them, and I'm not talking about all of them, all you all, but I do see you all running to the one who's scantily clad. You all are paid to study every sister. These men treat and speak, and I'm not talking about all of them. I don't know a whole lot, but I'm the ones that they sister queen. They smell good, look good. They tone is good. I love how they dress. They so masculine looking. I'm not saying some of them, but most of them, I have not seen.
You attracted to a Muslim. You attracted to the Muslim man.
Not the way that they carry themselves, very masculine.
But you don't have to see this one. It's like okay if you are. Cause see, this is what a woman of God.
Cause I feel like they manly.
A pastor, woman of God. I love when she shared her testimony because it challenges our mindset. We know her in the community, but I don't want to call her name. But she shared her testimony with us that when she met her husband, he was Catholic. Right. And she had children, quite a few. And she married him. And later on, he became a believer. I said that to say, you don't know which way God coming. No. Can't nobody tell you which way he coming, because sometimes he don't want people in his Kool-Aid. Because he know folk do too much. Right. He don't need to ask permission for that. Yes. So what we're looking at, we're getting angry seeing the men in the church getting away with murder. The men in the church sleeping around and don't nobody confront them, but we always get confronted. That's because you let everybody in your business before you didn't even find out where the relationship is going. You don't even know. Here you go. With your sister, girl, I met this man. Da, da, da. When I tell you I'm going to be that one that just pop up married. They'll be like, Sister D, I ain't even good.
I do think the church leave the women out to the wolves. I'm not going to lie. I feel like if the women dated around like the men in church, they'll be labeled.
Who's stopping them?
They don't say nothing. I've been looking at this for years. I just go in churches. Any one that I go to, that I be involved for some, I look and see how do they correct the men. Because if you my leader and you supposed to protect me from the wolves, you my shepherd, that I should. You are the shepherd and you are the watchman over my soul. You gonna make sure that these men need to be in order. You need to teach them until God show them, this is my sister. This is my sister and I'm going to treat her as such. Not going from sister to sister to sister. One man dating 5 and 6 women, having a man about and no one is putting that stuff in order. You're not going to come in here and move any kind of way. And that's been in church since I've been a little girl. But if you're a woman,
See,
you're going to be labeled.
a man get permission to find.
But that's not because God do everything what?
Decently in order.
That's not
I'm
in
not
order.
saying that.
No, I know.
But he's dating. He's trying to find her.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you going to the store through the racks. Like, I'm trying to find something in particular. So I'm moving this stuff, trying to get to my size, trying to get to what fit me, period. I think that we need to be taught because some of us have the mentality we had over there and we bring it over here. I think there's no teaching because there's no expectation. We like the idea that you just sitting up there waiting, turn into a bag of bones like the meme said. But I think that for women, nobody is stopping you from working on yourself and becoming a eligible candidate for marriage and opening yourself up to a date or whatever that you feel that's worth your time.
Yeah.
I think that we involve people too much in our lives too soon before you even know. I don't want to talk about, and I also learned from men that they say, we don't want to go on no date. We just met you and talk about marriage.
Right.
But in the women's group, is he trying to get married?
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am,
I'm just getting to know you.
I'm not ready for that type of conversation yet. Well, be careful. Okay. Another thing is too, I don't want to go to no more single nothing. Do you hear me?
Is that because I don't see a lot of single stuff too much anymore?
You know, it happens every now and then. Don't get me wrong. You know, I can get with some sisters and we can hang out. You know, like do whatever.
But involve some brothers too.
Ma'am, I told the last single woman that asked me that. She's like, "We having a single da-da-da-da-da-da. We just want you to be there. You know, oh, we think you should be there." I say, "Is it gonna be some eligible bachelors?" I said, "Cause if it's not, I'm not getting prettied up to come look at you. I ain't mean no harm,
Right. No,
and I ain't say it exactly like that
I did it.
because no, like 20 some years into this, and then I don't want to sit in no conference and hear nobody trying to preach on me talking about because a man this. You got one in the back. Well, I want to talk about it. You've been married 30 plus years, baby. The dating market didn't change, and your information need to be updated. You can't use that for this because we live in a different time, and you're dealing with a whole nother culture of people. So it's gotta be, you gotta keep yourself upgraded so you can give information that's going to actually work. That don't got nothing to do with putting out. It has everything to do with a woman being a woman. It's something wrong when it's like, oh, why you wear your hair like that? Why you got that on? You know, why you wearing that? What? And I'm so shocked at the bondage we have accepted. Ain't nobody gonna tell me that.
It's from tradition.
I love you. I love you. But honey, the first lady ain't the only one gonna be feeling feminine and be looking beautiful. I need you to understand that.
Of course. Yeah.
Cause that's not right. You get somewhere like, oh, you know what? I was gonna get my hair color. Why you didn't? Well, you know, I can't, Ovita. It's certain people with mustaches, I can't do it no more. I love you, but I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more because we get so comfortable with somebody just like a little child. Come over here. Now sit down. Now wear those shoes. Now put this hat on. Well, so don't you not know women are strategic? And they know, oh, Jesus, help me right now in this moment. You know when you ain't been on your A game, right? Then a single sister come to church looking fine, smelling good and all like that, and you know you at home raising all kind of hell. Now you the target. Now it's a mob formed against you. You think I want your man. Whole time, I'm just feeling myself. I'm going to keep feeling myself. I'm going to keep on feeling myself. Honey, just do what you need to do. Don't throw no darts over here at me. I don't want him. What make you think I'm going to pass up all of the stuff? Because I always say, honey, I'm running from what I want. That I know that's what I'm running from. I ain't running from every brother. But the ones I want, real bad, I'm running from him. I'm running for my life. Not to get here, and you looking at me like,
right.
what, girl? Look at you. You got on. You look at that. Oh, that's cute. What you got on? Oh, look at you. Oh, okay, then, girl. But on the inside, it's I said, God, it's too many grandmamas. I can't do the grandmamas no more. I was that. That's why looking back at it, it make me want to vomit. I be like, that ain't how you want to look.
You know what though? Those days develop you into who you are now.
Yes.
Because if you didn't have that, you wouldn't have the understanding
True.
to be able to share with others that's down that road. You know,
That's true.
That's why I look at all my. I've been through a lot, but I look at it because it has developed me, developed my character, and into to people being able to come and talk to me, and I ain't looking at them, sideways. Other than that, I would have been that person because I was raised in a religious. I was raised in a very, very strict and religious church.
Yeah.
I had that mindset until God, not all the way. I never just conformed to people like that. I always evaluated people, even when I couldn't even tie my shoe. Yeah. But I always looked and see in how you were. But because of the stuff that I've been through, I'm never gonna call you stupid. I'm never, because some people do that, your stupid self. Because you done did this and you done did that, you done been out there 5 different baby daddies, and I'm not gonna call you stupid.
That's right.
Because then you got sometimes we in church, they do look at you crazy because you done been through that stuff like that. Why is she like that? You don't even know her past. You don't even know her past, and you can't tell nobody that they don't have a husband out there because they done made that mistake. And I know I hear men, and I'm not on these podcasts spewing that narrative. You don't even know that lady in her past. I've known people who got married and they had 6 kids. And they have they didn't just get married. They have a flourishing, that's the thing. They have a flourishing relationship. They have a beautiful relationship. Because anybody could just get married. But is it a quality marriage?
Some men need a nurturer. Some men need a nurturer and they need a strategic thinker. And when you in a world, a woman without children, and you just me, myself, and I, it's going to be a little bit of selfishness in there somewhere. But somewhere that woman, because we are, as mothers, we become strategic thinkers. We become resourceful. We know how to get on a hunt and go find things. And so some men need to turn away from that and then assess themselves and figure out what is it that I need in my life that will work for me. When the lights go off and the cameras, who am I? Who am I behind the scenes that I need to become vulnerable? I need to be able to say, I'm Clark Kent today. I'm not Superman. I'm not feeling that today. I'm having a hard time today. And a woman that's going to respect that and not just minimize his manhood like, you ain't no man. We say all kind of crazy stuff out our mouth, but if you don't take nothing else away, be all woman. Be the best version of yourself. Be that. Pursue all your passions. Pursue all of your passions. Everything you dream of, everything you want to be. Live a happy, fulfilled life. And if there be someone for you, let him be attracted to the real you and not the made up you put on for people. Because at the end of the day, he's not going to have the real you, and we do that. We'll put on a mask until he get us, and then we come out and say, this is who I really am. That's not okay either. Secondly, stop letting people control your life. Pray and let God lead you. He could be telling you to leave the state. You don't know. But just be sensitive to the voice of God when you're praying and asking him what's taking him so long. Sometimes it's just get rid of the folks that ain't saying what he's saying. Real talk. So woman to woman, we just wanted to, I don't know why we got stuck. I knew we was going to get stuck on a man. I just knew it because that's a problem. Women, so we know that that's something that we all deal with on a daily basis. But I love this subject. Yeah, we love this subject. So we're going to come back again. So thank y'all so much for joining us on the Fireside Chat. There is more to come. I appreciate all the viewers and all the comments. Let's strike up a conversation with ourselves and with those around us to figure out what can we do, become the best version of us, and be a woman, from woman to woman, be honest with each other, embrace each other, build each other up, and let's see how we can impact each other to change our lives for the better. Okay, y'all? Y'all have a blessed, wonderful afternoon, and I will see you guys next week right here on the Fireside Check at IntellectualRadio.com. Be blessed.
That was good.
Girl, we could have went.
Yeah.
Forever.
It wasn't really we was touching. But
No, we
because
couldn't
that time
unpack
go by
everything.
so fast.
Yes, it does.
The time, especially with the conversation.
Yeah.
The time.
But